league.
Local league, yeah.
But maybe this time around he might be able to not to forget that when they went to London, he won against Ghana, West African neighbors,
and Jamaica,
and he also won against Jamaica.
Yeah.
What do you think about this approach to games like this?
Where if not for the situation that we are, 2-3 games is not enough to judge the coach, especially for the national team. So it's not easy to gather them and to get your first 11, but that's not an excuse. We're coming to this game. If we approach this game just like the way the home base, talking about the shank competition,
yes.
If we approach it that same way, I will not lie to you, we are going to get a very bad result. Yes, probably we might not lose, maybe draw, and draw is a very bad result for us because we know that South Africa is there already, and we know the competition between we and South Africa, the bragging right and all that. So for me, tomorrow, come on Saturday, I feel that from the coaches to the players, they have to give their best. And as for the fans, we all know that the fans always give them the 100% support right from the beginning, unless they are doing otherwise. So I pray that we get that maximum 3 points come on Saturday, right, against Rwanda.
And if you're to judge in this game, where do you think we are possibly going to win that match? Is it through our strikers, through the midfielders? Do you see one particular player, bringing out a magical performance in this game, or do you feel it's still going to be maybe the manager, the coach, who might just bring in a substitution into the second half and just get something out of nothing? Where do you think that this game will be won?
This game is going to be won in the midfield. There have to be a lot of creative players. Yeah, because if you don't create that chances, you cannot score goal. And for the very first time for the past how many years, we have a very good and reliable striker. We're talking about the likes of Osimhen and Cole. Osimhen is a very hot striker that if you give Osimhen 5 chances, Osimhen will convert at least 3. But come on Saturday, I still feel that it's still going to be Osimhen's show. Yes, I still feel that Osimhen is going to deliver us. He's going to give us that goal. But I pray that the midfield do the right job by that transition from the defense to the midfield has to be there. Because if there is no transition, the attackers can never have any chance. Not to talk of converting the chance.
And for you made mention of the midfield.
Yeah.
Now let's come into that area.
Yeah.
I remember in the last Nations Cup where we played against Ivory Coast in the final.
Yeah.
A lot of fans were not really happy with Alex Iwobi. In fact, it became a serious problem that he almost resigned from the national team.
Yeah.
And if you still look at his performance in subsequent games, he hasn't really been able to nail it.
Yeah.
And how do you see him come into this game? We have struggled in that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Maybe Dele Bashiru, maybe, but Ndidi is always going to be a defensive player. So we're not going to be expecting those last passes from him.
Yeah.
But for you, do you think Iwobi has really proved himself in the last couple of games for the national team?
Yeah.
Compared to what he does in Fulham?
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that Iwobi have not really lived up to expectation because we all know Iwobi's qualities. You understand? But if we are to judge by the last Nations Cup, I will not blame Iwobi. I will blame our coach because our coach was a defensive-minded coach. Imagine our defender picking up the player of the tournament. It shows that it was more on the defensive side. Iwobi, if I can still remember, I have never been a defensive player. So you playing Iwobi in a 3-man defense and a 3-5-2 or 3-6-1, for me, it's wrong. because if you check out Iwobi right from the Arsenal academy to Everton and to Fulham, Iwobi have never played as a defensive midfielder. Or he might come and track back and mark, but that's coming back, do the defensive job and go and attack again. Iwobi cannot do that kind of job. So if with this coach now, with his status, I feel that Iwobi will excel and he will deliver for us.
Hopefully he does, because we don't have any other games aside these two games. These are very crucial games. If we fail to get those 6 points in those games,